There's actually there's a song on the album which, as we said, will be the second single called World of Our Own. Now I'm getting to it. So we were sitting around one day and we were thinking, what would we call the album? I think the five of us agreed that it had to be something kind of a little bit cheeky, but without coming across too arrogant. We wanted, wanted to kind of say something without kind of, looking like big-headed twats. So Shane turned around and said, what about the title song of the album, World of Our Own? It has a little kind of slight cheekiness to it. We are in a world of our own. And also another way, double meaning that, we do live a world of our own, life in a world of our own, because, what we do doesn't happen to everybody, and, we do kind of just spend most of our times on planes and hotels. And it was a great kind of, it's a great marketing name as well, because it's kind of, as we said, that slight arrogance, and not in a bad way. So it's a great name for it.
It's good for you.
It's got 19 songs, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's 17 in Europe.
17 in Europe.
Sorry, internationally 17.
Why so many? That's an awful lot.
There's no rules really, I think.
Yeah.
That's what
There are no rules, Shane.
There are no rules, kid. That's Simon Kettler.
Because we wanted to, full stop, as Shane said, and because we felt there was so many songs there that we felt were good enough to be on the album, and then there's songs that, if you like, there's say 15 songs that are absolutely brilliant, and then there's 2 songs that are, say, 9 out of 10 in comparison to the other songs. But we still felt we wanted to put them 2 songs on. So yeah, we could have cut the album down to 15, 14 songs and had 3 songs on there, 3 songs not on there that weren't as good, but then they were better than a lot of the songs on our last 2 albums. So we felt it would have been wasted. We just didn't want to waste the songs.
There's an awful lot of variety. The amount of songs, the fans won't be unhappy that there's so many songs on it, because they'll be happier, obviously. And we, as Keane says, well, we didn't want to waste them songs that were, because them kind of songs gave variety to the album. They were slightly different.
The only problem is if you're waiting for the album to finish before you go to sleep, you'll be waiting for an hour and a half.
No, it's 76 minutes long.
Actually, yeah, you're allowed to have 78 minutes on a CD without going over the rules, and we had 76.
There are no rules, Shane.
Point something, so we literally became
Fair.
close.
You'd have to go into a second CD if we had those 78
We'd
minutes.
have to do a second CD.
I think now we're getting a bit more into the up-tempos, Marky, aren't we?
Aren't we, Marky?
Marky?
What do you think, Marky?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, we don't prefer either or. We like a mixture of them, if you know what I mean. We'd be annoyed or bored or whatever if it was all up tempo, and we'd also probably be annoyed and bored if it was all slow songs. And I suppose we're sort of well known for slow songs and ballads and everything. So obviously we probably feel a little bit like we need to balance it out to the public or to the fans a little bit. But we actually really don't sort of prefer either or. We like doing both. We really love doing both, if you know what I mean.
Do you know what gets me? Do you know what gets me? Let me just say this. This is what gets me, right? If a band release up-tempo after up-tempo after up-tempo, they say that their whole career they don't release one ballad, nothing is ever said to them. But then if a band releases ballad after ballad after ballad, they're slated for it.
It doesn't bother me at all.
It doesn't bother me.
I honestly don't care.
The reason we didn't release...
I don't care either, I'm just saying it's like...
...song, to be honest with you, and to be dead honest with you, is because on our first 2 albums, our ballads were of much more quality than the up-tempos. There was no, we were dying to release an up-tempo song, and as much as we kind of lied and said, no, we're a ballad band, we didn't have a good enough up-tempo song to release, because we were coming out with songs like Fly Without Wings and Swear It Again and What Makes a Man, and our up-tempo songs were like songs on the album like No No and Open Your Heart, and they were not good. So now we've actually written a lot of up-tempo songs ourselves, and not only that, we've been given by producers some material like World of Our Own. It's a great radio track, great track in general.
Bop Bop Baby.
Also Bop Bop Baby, which was written by
Diva.
Brian and Shane, a couple of guys in Dublin, and also When You're Looking Like That as well. So we do have the up-tempos now, and we do have them now, and we are releasing them. And Uptown Girl was a great cover as well to do. It gave us a way out, it gave us an angle to release one as well. But I mean, if you look at great boy bands, I mean, especially Take That, they released, Relight My Fire, which is a cover, which is a brilliant up-tempo for them. So, we're not too far away from the best.
I don't think, to be honest with you, like we said earlier on, we don't feel that no matter who comes along...
We're the kings of pop.
No matter who comes along, that's going to affect what we do. Everybody, Blue make very good music, and therefore they deserve to be very successful. If they're more successful than us, fair play to them. That means that people enjoy their music more than us. We don't, not that we don't care, but it's just as simple as we do our thing. If people enjoy our thing, we're very happy about that. If Blue do something that's very enjoyable to people as well, we're very happy for them. That's the way it is. We're sick of the whole competition thing. We're sick of competition.
It's actually good to have new bands coming out and stuff like that.
It is.
Do you know what I mean? Because it keeps everybody on their toes.
The bluer the better.
Yeah. But,
I think you said nudes boys by the way as well.
But no, honestly, we're sick of competition. We're sick of the whole chart battle stuff.
we
We're
just
sick
do,
of
we
all
do
that
what we
rubbish.
do, and we love making Westlife music, and that's all we care about.
Exactly.
Anybody else, best of luck to them.
Well, Abby, if we do get our night, so I have my phone.
Sorry about that.
Well, Abby, if we do get our night number one, I think the way we'll celebrate is we'll probably just go out for a night in the town, have a few drinkies, and maybe go for a nice dinner beforehand and just have a laugh. I mean,
I should be off when we
Well,
come
that
in.
should be in Sligo.
that's true actually.
Yeah, so.
The thing about it is we don't usually get an awful lot of time to celebrate when we do have success with, say, a number one single or with our album being released or anything like that. So this time it's actually a bit different where we do have a bit of time. So we'll probably go out and have a laugh.
You'll be together, will you?
No, we're actually off next week, so we've got 2 days off. It'll probably be our last 2 days before Christmas. So we'll be, hopefully if we do get number one, we'll be celebrating all on our own, you know, with our own individual friends.
There was a lot of complaints. We were asked on TV one day about this whole website, which we actually didn't know anything about at the start. About why should we pay $14.99 to get into this platinum area on your website? But first of all, right, we're not saying you have to. What you have is our website has now changed from .co.uk to .com, and basically the website that we have on .com is 150 times better than the website on .co.uk, and it doesn't cost a thing to get into that.
Does it change, does it?
Nicky, stop doing that. Stop doing
Don't
that.
have to do it, man.
Don't have to. Don't pay if you don't want. Just still go on westlife.com for free.
You go on to .com for free. The website is 50 times better, but then you have an extra room on the side of Westlife.com which you can get into, which is the platinum room.
It's like a sleazy room.
And basically what's in that room is like you get the opportunity to buy front row tickets for our concerts that nobody else has before anybody else gets the chance. You get text messages to your phone every week. You get special interviews. You may get special songs. We're not 100% yet. You may get songs that you might not be able to hear anywhere else. So basically, it's not saying it's just if you're a big Westlife
It's like
fan.
an internet fan club in a way. It's like an internet fan club.
You get our mobile phone
a
numbers as
total
well
choice.
if you're interested.
You get our mobile phone number.
You just
text
and
us
it's not a
personally.
case. It's a case of like.
No, you don't do that.
And to be honest with you, right, in America, a lot of these bands that are doing this are charging $60 to $80, which is very, very expensive.
Man, what's his name, man? Dave Matthews.
He's $60.
No, he's not 60, he's 50 or something.
But for example, like I mean, if we were to do the reason we're the first band over here to do it, that's the reason why we're getting slated for it. But if we were in America, everybody would be like, dopes. They're only charging $14.99 for it.
It is what's happening to the internet nowadays. So that's
Look, it's there. It's out there. Go on to westlife.com for free if you want. And if you don't want,
it's your choice.
don't.
It's an extra.
The choice is yours. There's an extra £15 a year to get lots of exclusive stuff.
Same price as the
choice
CD.
is yours.
You don't want to? Just don't do it.
And do you guys ever go online to surf in your chat rooms or check out your messages?
Do you know what I've actually done quite a
No,
lot?
never.
Not on the official one, but on a lot of unofficial sites because you can just type into them. And when it comes to passwords with me and all that, I hate going through all that buzz. So I just go on to the normal unofficial ones. And they're very actually, a lot of work goes into them. And I think one that's quite popular is Cleo's page. I've seen that quite a lot.
I don't think we ever regretted releasing our last album, because we did at the end of the day sort of like it and we were proud of it and everything like that. But our last album was rushed, which what we meant when we said that was that it was all done very fast. We didn't have time to sort of sit down and think about what songs we wanted on it and what we didn't want on it, and sort of lots of different things like that. But we still sort of were proud of it, and we still wouldn't have put it out unless we were sort of proud of it. But it was just nicer to do it the way we done it this time around, if you know what I mean. It was just a lot more chilled out. We had a lot of time to think about things more.
How long did you take in the studio for this one?
This one took 4 months. The last one took 5 weeks. So we got involved in writing as well a lot in this album. So it's a lot more. It feels it's a lot more hours and stuff. So it's cool.
Well, I suppose everybody, the whole world, I think, was affected by that, the whole New York incident and everything. I suppose we've been a little bit sort of like, right, we're not going to let the whole thing stop us from going out there and sort of performing for the fans or doing TV shows or whatever, if you know what I mean, because at the end of the day, that's letting the baddies win or whatever if they sort of disrupt everyone's lives or whatever. So we kind of made the decision to kind of just not let it, like, not sort of stay home and be scared or whatever. We said we're just going to still go on and go ahead with most things that are possible. But obviously directly after the whole thing happened, we sort of said that we wanted to stay close to home in case anything big sort of hit off so that we couldn't get home. We didn't want that to happen. So, but in general, we just kind of got on with things and didn't let it affect us because, as I said, that would be letting the baddies win, really, wouldn't it?
Your tour only spans Europe so far. Do you have plans to take it?
We actually start our tour in Europe this time. We start off. Is it not? No, it's not. Rotterdam, Holland, and then we go to Copenhagen. We go Oslo, Norway, Stockholm. We go to Germany for 5 shows so far, and then we probably go into UK. Then we go into UK and Ireland, and then after UK and Ireland, we're going to go to Asia for a while, and then we're going to go back to like Italy, France, Spain, Portugal, all around the rest of Europe really, because of timing and all that type of stuff. We're going to do some in April and some at the end of summer. So there you go. So anybody that's thinking that we're not going to come to Europe, if we haven't come to your country in the first leg of the tour, that doesn't mean we're not going to come to your country in the second leg of the tour, or the third leg, should we say?
On the middle leg. If you have one, the middle leg.
It's like a 6-month tour, so it's going to be going on for quite a while. It's actually been very good. All the fans are sending me letters and stuff, and lots of the fan mail recently my mum has been telling me is mostly about her, and they're all kind of saying we're so happy for you and stuff. So I was a bit worried about that, obviously, how the fans would react to it, but they've all been really supportive. So thank you very much.
And June says, why did you feel that you had to keep it a secret in the first place?
But to be honest, it wasn't really me. It was more for her that I kept it a secret because she was in college, and I just wanted her to have a normal college kind of life and stuff like that, and not be known as a girl that's going out with one of the guys in Westlife or whatever. So I wanted her to just kind of be as normal as she could be, and I just felt it was right to do that. So hope you understand. The singles at the moment, we think the second one is definitely World of Our Own, and the third one is 9%. I Cry, and it's a ballad, so it's an up-tempo ballad.
Then Don't Let Me Go.
Then probably Bop Bop Baby will be the fourth.
Cool. Will One of Our Own be released in time for Christmas?
No, it's going to come out probably in January. But it's going to be a great song for us. It's very up tempo, and we can't wait to make a video for that. And we're looking forward as well to performing on our world tour, which is actually insane that the tickets are on sale. They only went on sale recently, and they're flying out.
2 days ago.
So if anyone's interested, they're on sale. But apart from that, we can't wait to perform on the tour. We're doing Earls Court this year in London, and we're not doing Wembley. So it's going to be amazing. And last year we toured for like 6 months, and this year it's probably looking already like going to be 8 months. So.
No,
not at all.
It definitely doesn't. No, we're definitely not splitting up. We plan to do a 4-studio album a year after the Greatest Hits.
We're going to write it all ourselves.
Greatest Hits Part 1. We just think that we've enough hits now to put them all on one album, and we don't want to record a new album next year, so we want to just do a Greatest Hits.
So you remember that rule we were talking about 76 minutes? If we do another studio album and then the Greatest Hits, we won't be able to put all the songs on. There you go.
That's actually not.
But no, honestly,
that's a good reason.
We're doing the 4th studio album, and then we're doing a tour, and then we're probably going to do a 5th studio album, a tour, the 6th studio album, a tour, and then so on.
On the 12th studio album, we're going to split up.
We'll call it Data.
Number 37.
And we'll call the album, Let's Call It a Day. What actually happened was we changed the script because of what happened in America. Unfortunately, our video originally contained a lot of explosions and a lot of crashing in hospitals and stuff like that, and we just felt that after everything that's gone on in the world, the last thing people want to see then again is sadness and to kind of like something that's a bit emotional. So we actually changed it then to the video that we see now, which is us singing in a old mansion house, if you like. So we just felt there was no need to kind of have that after what happened.
And so you hadn't even shot that yet?
We hadn't even shot it yet. So it's not true that we wasted a
But in fairness, what that did do to us was put us back then, because we were all set to shoot it within like 3 days later when everything happened, and it was like, everything was, obviously we have to stop this now, we can't do it. So we had to get a kind of script in as quick as possible and something to choose as quick as possible. Whereas the previous video, the one that we never did, had been planned for months in advance. So it was a bit of a shock to us. But I mean, when you see what happened in America, we obviously it was the next thing, it was the best thing to do was to cancel the video.